Have you ever been ignored, rejected, or made to feel invisible? Maybe someone dismissed your effort. Maybe someone overlooked your ideas, or maybe someone simply walked away without explanation. Rejection can feel like a door slammed shut, right in front of you. But Stoic philosophers believed something surprising. Sometimes rejection is not a setback. Sometimes it is the beginning of transformation. And when you understand this idea, rejection stops feeling like defeat. For more than 2,000 years, Stoic philosophy has helped people face rejection with calmness and strength. Roman emperors, generals, and philosophers practiced these ideas during the most difficult moments of their lives. Instead of fearing rejection, they used it as a tool for growth. In this video, you will discover 7 Stoic rules that can turn rejection into personal power, and the final rule may completely change how you see rejection. Marcus Aurelius ruled one of the most powerful empires in human history, yet despite his authority, his life was filled with difficulty. Wars threatened the borders of the Roman Empire. Political betrayal surrounded him, and deadly plagues devastated entire cities. Many leaders would have reacted with fear, frustration, or anger. But Marcus Aurelius practiced Stoic reflection. Every night, he wrote personal reminders to himself, reminders about patience, reminders about discipline, reminders about mastering his own mind. These reflections were never meant for the public. They were simply lessons written for himself. Years later, those writings were compiled into a famous philosophical book called Meditations. And within those pages, Marcus Aurelius repeated one powerful truth. We cannot always control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. The first Stoic rule for dealing with rejection is simple. Ignore those who ignore you. When someone dismisses you, your instinct may be to chase their attention. You might try to prove your worth or convince them to value you. But Stoic philosophy teaches the opposite. The moment you begin chasing validation, you give someone else control over your emotional state. Instead, focus on your own growth, improve your skills, strengthen your discipline, build a life that reflects your values. Because the moment you stop chasing approval, you reclaim control of your mind. And when your peace of mind no longer depends on other people's approval, rejection loses its power. Rejection often triggers powerful emotions: frustration, embarrassment, self-doubt. But Stoics believed emotions should never control your behavior. Instead of reacting immediately, pause. Observe what you are feeling. Ask yourself a simple question. Is this situation truly within my control? Most of the time, the answer is no. You cannot control how others treat you. You cannot control their opinions, but you can control your response. And when you learn to pause before reacting, something powerful happens. You begin responding with clarity instead of emotion, and that calm response becomes a form of strength that very few people possess. The third Stoic rule is to detach from other people's opinions. Many people spend their lives seeking approval from friends, from colleagues, from society. But Stoic philosophers warned against this because public opinion is unstable. One day people admire you. The next day, they criticize you. If your happiness depends on their approval, your peace of mind will always remain uncertain. Stoicism teaches a different path. Live according to your values. Act with discipline. Act with honesty. Act with integrity. When your actions align with your principles, you develop something far more powerful than approval. You develop self-respect. Rejection can either weaken you or strengthen you. The difference lies in how you respond. If someone doubts your ability, improve your skills. Learn more. Practice more. Work harder. Stoics believed every obstacle contains an opportunity. Every challenge reveals something about your character, and every rejection invites you to grow stronger. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask a different question. What can I learn from this? Because the people who grow the most are not those who avoid rejection. They are the ones who transform rejection into progress. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus explained one of the most powerful ideas in philosophy. There are only two kinds of things in life: things you can control and things you cannot. You cannot control how others treat you. You cannot control their opinions, but you can control your effort, your discipline, your mindset. And when you focus your attention only on what you can control, your life becomes far more stable, because your progress no longer depends on external approval. It depends on your own actions. Most people wish for an easy life, but Stoics believed comfort rarely produces strength. Adversity does. Every challenge tests your patience. Every setback strengthens your resilience, and every rejection forces you to grow. Over time, these experiences shape your character. People who have never faced rejection often struggle when life becomes difficult. But those who learn from adversity develop emotional resilience. And resilience becomes one of the greatest advantages a person can possess. And this leads to the final Stoic rule about rejection. Rejection reveals your direction. Sometimes the opportunity you wanted was never meant for you. Sometimes rejection simply redirects you toward something better. Stoicism does not promise a life without rejection, but it teaches something far more valuable: how to face rejection without losing your confidence. When you learn to control your emotions, when you stop seeking validation, and when you focus on becoming stronger every day, rejection stops being something you fear. Instead, it becomes something that strengthens you. If you enjoyed these Stoic lessons and want more insights on mastering your mind, consider subscribing to the channel and tell me in the comments which Stoic rule resonated with you the most.